Good afternoon, friends. It's Deanna Nichols, doTERRA Blue Diamond, here with your oil a day. I realize I'm a little early, but guess what? It's Tuesday, Pilates day, and that is at 1 o'clock, so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss. And so we're going to talk for just a few short minutes about past tense. And apparently, I'm going to try to see if I can do it in 3 minutes, because apparently I am unable to discuss oils for 3 minutes. So we're going to see if I can meet that challenge. So past tense is also known as the tension blend. And so a lot of times we think of it when we have head tension. And that is probably the main reason. I'm going to put some on right now. That's probably the main reason people grab it. All different kinds of head tension, head discomfort. There's lots of stories of people that have searched and searched for years to try to find relief from head discomfort that see immediate relief with the past tense blend. So I would say if that's something that plagues you, you definitely want to have this oil in your arsenal. I have also used it for all kinds of different tension. I've even used it for muscle tension that's happened in my stomach. I remember when I was pregnant with my son, I went through this day where I had this horrible stomach ache for a long time. And I tried all the stomach things, all the digestive oils. And then I was teaching a class and we were talking about the oils that were in past tense and how they were relaxing to like tighten and seized up muscles. And I thought, that's kind of how my stomach feels. So I rolled some on my abdomen and it was like less than 60 seconds. I felt relief for the first time in probably 8 hours. And so it was kind of an amazing experience. So anytime you have anything to do with nerves or relaxing your nervous system, tense muscles, if you've got like a knot that's kind of like, you know, how we all kind of do this when we're tense. I know I do. And so you start to feel that tension in your shoulders and in the back of your neck. This is the perfect oil. I will say this one gets me as far as the sensitivity to the skin. It gets me, especially if I put it on the back of my neck and then I'm like sweaty or hot back there. So be careful and realize that a lot of people are going to have issues with this one, and that's just because it's got some warm oils in it. So there's oils in here that help with discomfort. There's oils in here that are calming, like lavender, like Roman chamomile, basil. These are all really good oils to use individually, and so the fact that they're all in here is amazing. I use this up the spine sometimes if I've got all kinds of discomfort happening throughout my body or throughout my spine. You know, sometimes when you got some kind of cooties and you just feel sore all over, or some people just have issues where, especially at night when they're trying to relax, their body just feels really tense and they have sort of nerve discomfort all through their body. Putting this up the spine can be great. It's also very cooling too. And so again, be careful with the sensitivity, but notice that it could be very cooling to your skin. As far as emotionally, we call it the oil of relief, which makes a lot of sense, right? But not only relief from physical tension, but also emotional tension. I think we can all agree that we get head tension and muscle tension. We kind of talked about how we do this when we're tense. Yesterday, something extremely emotional happened to me, and I found myself the whole day just catching myself, just tensing myself up, this whole part of my body, scrunch. And of course, I ended up with a headache by the end of the day, and neck pain and shoulder pain, and just by the time I went to bed last night, I was aching all over. I grabbed the Deep Blue polyphenol capsules, but this would have been a good one had it occurred to me to use it last night. And so sometimes we just need to release the emotional stress and emotional tension that have contributed to the discomfort that we're feeling. And that's why there's oils in here that are good for renewing and relaxing and sedating our nervous system. And so it can also help you to kind of get your equilibrium back if you've really pushed really hard and overworked, whether you overexercise or just overworked mentally. It can help to just kind of get you back in balance if you found yourself a little bit out of balance. It also kind of helps you to be grateful and appreciative, to remind you, I guess, to be grateful of your life experiences. And so sometimes we lose sight of the good things. So I did this 9.5 hour car trip, and I walked into my destination and I started immediately complaining about how awful it was to have to drive that far. And the person that was there just said, Deanna, just a couple years ago you couldn't drive at all, so it's a miracle that you could drive, and you could drive yourself 9.5 hours. And I immediately thought, gosh, like I was focusing on all the tension and the stress and everything I was feeling and forgot to be appreciative. And so this oil can kind of help us when we're feeling stressed out. Maybe we're feeling stressed out because of a blessing in our life and we're just forgotten to look at it that way. That was probably more than 3 minutes. I struggle when I'm talking about oils talking for short periods. So, but I think that was shorter than usual, so pat myself on the head. Good job, Deanna. I hope you learned something. I would love for you to share your experiences with past tense below. I'd love for you to share the video, and we'll be back here tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, facebook.com/oil shares. Shine on.